The percentage of K-12 students who receive special education services in states across the U.S. can vary anywhere from 6% to 15% because of wide inconsistencies in how officials determine eligibility criteria and the difficulty in identifying children suspected of having a disability, a new report from the Government Accountability Office shows. A child eligible for services in one state, for example, might be ineligible in another, and states are having a difficult time evaluating the increasing numbers of students entering the public school system whose first language is not English. The GAO's report reveals how the combination of inconsistent state policies and inadequate federal oversight continues to allow thousands of young people with disabilities to fall through the cracks, Representative Bobby Scott, Virginia Democrat and chairman of the Education and Labor Committee, said in a statement. Nearly 7 million children between the ages of 3 and 21, or about 13% of all students enrolled in public schools, received special education services in the 2015-16 school year, the most recent year for which the data is available. The federal law known as IDEA, or the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, requires states to establish policies to ensure that all children with disabilities are identified, located and evaluated. But states do that differently, with varying levels of difficulty, resulting in the wide range of students captured. Concerns have long been raised about lack of transparency in how states identify students and how that leads to both under-identifying and misidentifying students with disabilities. A 2016 investigation by the Houston Chronicle, for example, found that tens of thousands of students had been denied special education services after the state's education department set an arbitrary 8.5% cap on the percent of students who could receive them. The Federal Department of Education is responsible for ensuring states are properly serving students with disabilities, but the GAO report concluded that, instead of examining the effectiveness of state practices, the department is only reviewing whether states are completing those practices on time. This report shows there's a lot of work left to do, Senator Patty Murray, Washington Democrat and ranking member of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, said in a statement. The Department of Education needs to do more to hold states' feet to the fire to uphold the law and provide guidance to effectively identify children and families in need to prevent scattershot approaches from leaving some without educational services and supports. Scott noted that early identification can make a big difference, and Murray added that she plans to keep up the pressure on Education Secretary Betsy DeVoe to be more effective in the department's oversight responsibilities. Notably, the widespread concerns predate the Trump administration. Though the GAO report did not evaluate the number of students identified with a disability by race, the report comes as Democrats are increasing their pressure on DeVoe to restore Obama-era guidance that sought to address racial disparities in special education programs. DeVoe delayed the guidance before it went into effect, but a federal judge last month ruled that she did so illegally and vacated her decision. Data from the department's Office for Civil Rights shows black students, and, in particular, black boys, are 2 to 3 times more likely to be enrolled in special education classes than their non-black peers.